Hi there, my name's Adrian. I'm the founder of Bullfinch Cycles, and this year we will be 10 years old, and so I thought I would like to recount a little bit of who we are, where we've come from and where we're going. Bullfinch was conceived in the early years of me owning Red Kite Cycles. I'd always dreamed of having a bicycle shop, and when I was growing up and first became a cyclist, the guy that taught me to ride properly said to me the difference between a bike shop and a really proper bike shop is that a proper bike shop could make you a bicycle frame, that they could design and build a bicycle frame. So throughout my ownership of Red Kite Cycles, I always imagined that one day we would become that able and that capable in our understanding of road bikes and everything around them, that we would be able to make bikes ourselves. The mission at Bullfinch is to manufacture and design bikes in the United Kingdom using the skills that are around and tapping into the history of bicycle manufacture, and to make bikes that are suitable for our conditions. Britain is a very specific environment for road riding, and so we started out with a plan, which is to fulfill the made here to ride here motto. So we make our bikes here and we ride them here. So one of the departure points to go from not having a business making bikes to having one is, of course, we had to learn the skills of frame building and frame design, the finesse of frame design, and we tapped into a number of channels to do that. First off, Birmingham is home to Reynolds Tubing. They are absolutely legend in cycling. There were few bicycle businesses in the UK so steeped in the history of cycling. First off with their Reynolds 531 and its subsidiaries. I think they won 20 plus Tour de France's on those tube sets. And then to tap into all of the peripheral engineering businesses around in the West Midlands. But it started actually at the Bicycle Academy with training of our first couple of staff members into being frame builders, the actual detail of managing and working tube sets to produce bicycles. So that was the first bit, the Bicycle Academy down in the southwest. Then it was to partner up with Reynolds, and then subsequently we've been using a whole array of skills local to us: paint shops, powder coaters, engineering businesses that make small heat sinks for us, make small lug works for us, etc. So it's been a real embedding our own manufacturing in the network of everything else that exists around us. So the first bike we designed, we called it SP1, Special Project Number 1, and that was a bicycle designed as an absolute all-rounder. It's 10 years old, that design, this year, and even back then we were really trying to think about where cycling was going to go, not to be a snapshot and a copycat of the present, but where's it going. And we designed a bike back then, a road race bike that would take a 32mm tyre. So that was a real highlight for me, because that bike rode fantastically, and it rode quite unlike the bikes that were around at that time. Subsequently to that, we developed that bike out into SP2, and in parallel built an Audax bike with a slightly adjusted head and caster, etc. at the front end of the bike, but still retaining that tube feel of the slimmer tube sets. After that, if you look on our website, you'll see the RC44, which was a real super bike for us. I ride one of those as well. And the RC44, the RC is for race, the 44 is for a special head tube that Reynolds built for us. And that was a sportier, faster bike, fat stays, a lot of grunt in the bike and swifter handling and basically a quicker bike, but still one made here to ride here that recognises the tricky aspects of some of our roads. All of those are on our website. If you want to find out more about the specifics and the design ethos of some of our past models, then that's easily found. After the pandemic, which stalled a lot of things in the bicycle industry, we had to stop manufacturing because of availability of parts during the pandemic. And after the pandemic, it gave me a lot of time to think about what's the bike that I think that people will want into the future. And I really focused on the idea of pulling together a lot of elements of everything that we'd been doing to that day. And I thought about a bike that I could bring down in cost a little bit, that would be batch built rather than fully custom, and that had a broader all-road to gravel design ethos. It's called the V6, the newest bike. Again, you can see specifics of the model on our website, but the V6 is a bike that we designed for the one bike superbike. It's a bike that in testing is ridden the Pyrenees, it's ridden gravel, it's ridden up and down the length of this country. It's a bike that has been well received by its early riders, and 2025 we're really confident with where we are that this is a bike that people will love in a whole array of build styles. So we're looking forward to getting it under more cyclists. So whatever I think about a bicycle, there's the process for us of designing and building bikes, and we make what we think is right for people to ride. And as a customer, that bespoke custom moment of coming in and selecting your model, your focus, your build, is it going to be a 1x drivetrain, a 2x, is it going to be a mechanical or electric? What spec and grade of kit are you going to put on in terms of group sets, wheels, etc. So all of that comes to mind, but after that, what we think about a bicycle is that you're going to lean it up against the wall halfway around your ride one day. What we want is for people to look at our work and love it. We want them to get on that bike, ride fabulous, happy, contented miles, whether they're commuting, touring, training, just fun leisure knocking around. They can ride all road, gravel, etc. It's a bike that will take a 35 and 40mm race tyre. It will take up to a 50+mm gravel tyre. It sits super well on a 32 and a 35, but we're really thinking ahead in terms of that tyre volume versus comfort versus performance. So really the aesthetics of the thing is that the bike looks, on the one hand, sort of almost traditional because of its tube profiles, but when you stop and you look at the detail of the bike, it absolutely is the thing that you want to be riding in Britain in the 2020s, where the roads are ambiguously good at best and downright bad in other times. So that's what we've been looking for, a bike that's super rideable but makes you super happy when you're out on it.